What's going on, everyone? So, it is appearing that the Los Angeles Lakers potentially are the front runners to land Kyle Kuzma. Now, this kind of stems from Kuz being on the Washington Wizards. They have lowered their asking price. Lakers have been linked to Kuzma since really last trade deadline. It is expected that they're probably going to push and maybe even potentially trade for Jonas Valanciunas, who, again, not my favorite option. I do think that there is some good with him. I do think that there are some things that he really could bring to the table and really help this Lakers team, particularly on the bench. I know a lot of people are worried about him getting played off the court and stuff like that, but him in a backup role, you're okay with that. Just looking for him to come in 15, 20 minutes. We'll break that down a lot more extensively if that ends up being a thing. But like I've said before, I think he's probably the most likely scenario where the Lakers end up landing Valanciunas. Now, Kyle Kuzma, again, not really my favorite option. I wouldn't hate it if the Lakers got Kyle Kuzma. Again, 6'9", versatile forward that's familiar with LeBron, familiar with Anthony Davis, won a championship on this Lakers team, right? Shooting-wise, not great, although he's like elite from like the corners. But overall, like his three-point shooting is kind of pedestrian. He's never really been a great three-point shooter, but he does give you kind of what you need for the Lakers, right? And if you can kind of get everything, I don't really like Kuz for a first, right? Because Lakers are just so limited. But if you can kind of get like Kuz and Valanciunas, right, collectively for like a first and a second, and then still go make another move or two, maybe still look to go go get Dorian Finney-Smith, or maybe go get a Cody Martin, right? Or maybe ideally you go get both, and now you got like three legit 3-and-D wings, right? Like if you could do something like that, right? To me, if the Lakers get Kyle Kuzma and Valanciunas, like I'll be hyped. Don't get me wrong. We're going to talk about it. I'm going to hype it up like, we just got Scottie Pippen and, Hakeem the Dream, right? Like, we'll talk about it for sure. But to me, it'd be kind of more like, okay, what's next? Like, what else? Like, what's the total cumulative end result, right? Because if it's just Kuzma and Valanciunas, like, yes, the Lakers are better, right? Like, I do think that they could now compete, but are they a top 3 to 5 team? Maybe not, right? Maybe kind of is where I'm at, right? Like, again, you never know how things are going to look and kind of mesh until it does. And both guys, like I said, bring what the Lakers need. Size, versatility, right? Kuzma gives you that athleticism, that versatility out on the wing, right? Can he kind of give you that uptick? I mean, he had seasons where he shot, 36, 38% from three with the Lakers. Kind of get back to that. Big difference when he's out there playing with him and Jordan Poole and they're trying to like get all fancy and stuff and impress the local baddies, right? Like big difference between that to like now he's in a third option role. Also, right, he has shown the ability to kind of expand his game and create for himself, which the Lakers could actually use now. Back in that 2020 season when the Lakers won the championship, they just needed him as a 3-and-D wing, right? They didn't need him to do anything else. So it's kind of like just stay in the corner all game and just shoot threes and play defense. Where now you are kind of allowing him and looking for what he provides. He can shoot over 50% from 2-point range, right? Like he can go and get a bucket himself. On many nights, like when he's cooking and he has those games where he's giving you a 25 or whatever, I do think he could be. He'd be better than everyone else we have on our team right now, and I do think even as a third guy could be a 20-point-a-game guy. It's just to me, it's about the efficiency. Like how efficient can he be? Right? He hasn't been very efficient on the Wizards, which is my concern. But again, big difference playing alongside like Valanciunas and Jordan Poole and playing alongside LeBron James and Anthony Davis, and Valanciunas is now your backup, right? Like, it's just different scenario. And then Valanciunas, he gives you that size, that interior presence, not defensively, but just that, the big body that can be there, a little bit of floor stretching, not like elite or anything like that. But he is a guy that can knock it down, stretch the floor a little bit, kind of get looks with him and Anthony Davis at the center and power forward position. And then, again, you're not worried about him getting played off the court as much in a backup role, right? Like, as your starter, yes, that's a big problem, right? Like, when you're expecting him to play 35 minutes, or come playoff time, maybe as many as 40 minutes, and you can't play him 10, right? Like, that's bad. But when it's what it would be for the Lakers, where you're looking for him to give you 15, maybe 20 minutes a night. Obviously there'll be the nights where Anthony Davis gets the night off or whatever, and now Valanciunas has got to play, and give you. I mean, look, Valanciunas still give you a double off the bench. Like, we don't have anything like that, right? Like right now, our D'Lo is like, some nights might give it to you, but outside of that, you just can't consistently count on anybody, right? So Valanciunas would give you some level of stability. Plus, I like the idea of like the constant, right? Like the settlement, in the sense of like we've seen even in the most recent like Timberwolves game, we went on like a 6-minute stretch where we didn't score the ball. We don't have that guy that you can just dump the ball down to and he can just go to work, right? Like Anthony Davis, obviously he can do the post move stuff like that, but like teams really kind of pack him in, right? It'd be nice to kind of have a guy in a Valanciunas who he is a post guy, right? Anthony Davis isn't really like a, hook, on the block, over the shoulder, each shoulder, turn around. Like he's more of like, face up, pull up, mid-range, try to beat you off the dribble, little floater in the lane type thing. It's just two different skill sets where it'd be nice to kind of have a guy that you can just like, hey, we haven't scored in 2 minutes. Let's just get a bucket, run some action, get Valanciunas the basketball. Plus his passing ability, I do think, could really help and open some stuff. His ability to kind of kick out to the open shooters, or even Anthony Davis or the cut man, roll man, right? Like I think that adds some benefits to the Lakers. Again, they're not my favorite options. If it happens, like I'll be excited. Like it definitely would make us better, right? The Lakers, without a doubt, would be better with Kyle Kuzma and Jonas Valanciunas. But again, like to me, it's what else is coming, right? Is that it? Are you just kind of doing the Wizards deal and that's it? And now you're done? And it's like Kuz and Valanciunas plus Reeves and Christie and Connect, and it's like okay, like I don't think that is enough to really get us what we need to get to. Obviously, perfect world, you get kind of the Nets trade still with Cam Johnson. But yeah, like I said, if you can get, say, a Kyle Kuzma with a Jonas Valanciunas and then parlay that into a Cody Martin or a Dorian Finney-Smith, or like I said, maybe even both, right? Because that's like, what, $21 million? And you have to send out 34, 35 million. Like D'Lo and Rui essentially get you Valanciunas and Kyle Kuzma, right? So you'd still have like Gabe Vincent, Jared Vanderbilt, right? Like, so could you turn like Vincent Vando and like Jalen Uchafino into like a Cody Martin and a Dorian Finney-Smith, and you have that other first. You got to kind of work out whatever you have to work out. Bring in like a Markelle Fultz as like a backup point guard, and like let's go. And then now you could have like Austin Reeves, Dorian Finney-Smith, or Cody Martin, Kyle Kuzma, LeBron James, Anthony Davis, and then have, say, a Markelle Fultz with a Max Christie, Dorian Finney-Smith, or Cody Martin, whichever one you don't start. And then, you still have Dalton Connect, Christian Wood, and a, Valanciunas. Okay, now I think you're looking pretty, right? You got multiple 3-and-D guys. You got multiple guys that can get out there and defend and hustle. Got some good size, right? Cody Martin's like 6'6", 6'7". Dorian Finney-Smith's like 6'7", 6'8", right? Like, Kyle Kuzma, like I said, is 6'9". Could play either forward spot, play the 4, play the 3, take some pressure off guys. I mean, you'd still be very reliant on LeBron James and Anthony Davis, but, Kyle Kuzma can create for himself. To me, it just kind of boils down to, like, what does Kyle Kuzma look like now under LeBron James and Anthony Davis, right? Like, good thing about him kind of stepping away and going to Washington is he kind of got to be a bit of the guy, and in the sense of, like, he got to kind of create more for himself and kind of learn how to, like, be a better and more aggressive scorer, kind of the things that we need, right? So my hope is that he can kind of translate that, but at a better efficiency rate, because he's playing alongside LeBron James and Anthony Davis rather than Jordan Poole, and who just wants to take like half-court threes and, like I said, a Valanciunas or whatever, right? Big difference. So my hope is that Kyle Kuzma being more aggressive, has easier matchups, isn't getting double teamed as much, kind of can be on an island, be a little more efficient, be more selective on his shots, right? He's not going to be the guy, so he's not going to get, 20 attempts a game, right? If he can kind of, again, be that consistent 15 to 20 point a game night. Obviously, you're going to have your good nights, you're going to have your bad nights, but if he can kind of come in and be that, but give you that defense. Also, he's the guy that called out LeBron, right? Like, we all remember that, right? Where he was yelling at LeBron to go play defense, right? Like, you need that. Lakers need that badly right now, right? So, to me, it's about, like, can you kind of fix your perimeter issues? Can you fix the perimeter defense? Can you fix the long ball rebounds? Can you kind of get multiple guys? Like I said, I ideally, Lakers go get a star, but if you're not going to get a star, then you kind of need 3, 4, 5 guys if you're really going to make that transition, right? So if you kind of do what I laid out there, now you're about 11 deep, you're looking good, you're sitting pretty, you got different looks, different options there. That would be, in my opinion, ideal if you're the Lakers. But anyway, as always, this is a discussion and a pass question on you. Let me know your thoughts and opinions down in the comments below. What do you think? How do you feel? What are your thoughts? Do you agree? Do you disagree? Kind of mixed in the middle? However you feel, whatever your thoughts are. Either way, I would love to hear it. So let me know down in the comments below. That being said, if you haven't liked this video, hit that like button. It helps me a lot. Helps me enjoy these types of videos, and I truly appreciate it. Not subscribe channel, hit that subscribe button. Turn on the bell notifications. Appreciate y'all. See you in the next one.